Welcome to another episode of the Regular Irregular Show. I am Sleepy Melbourne in the building, and we are here to talk about Tower of God, chapter 651. And it is a doozy. It starts off right where we left off, realistically, with the family head of the Lo Po Bai family, Tramiel, being laid to rest in Sinshu, and the rest of the army kind of being upset and realistically frustrated about the results. They immediately go to avenge their family head. However, Labadon immediately orders them to halt and not to dishonor the family head's sacrifice in this sacred battle, and not to anger the administrators who presided over the battle and cause their family any more undue strife. With that, Labadon goes down to Traumare's body and is allowed to take him away with, just realistically take him away to bury him and lay him to rest. We have the Gustang faction over there being like, well, if they're not going to attack, we're not going to attack. We'll just honor a great family head's death, realistically. We must show the proper respect. And most of all, now we also need to find the traitors in the family and fix the damage. Our war starts now, so they have to get rid of the traitors inside of the family that are internal, because this is just the beginning of Gustang's crusade against the rest of the family heads. So clearly there is going to be more conflict ahead, which hopefully Gustang is ready for, and so is the rest of his family. Urek is frustrated. He wasn't able to stop the death of Traumare, and he knows that he's going to get yelled at by Yanan and Beck, and so he's just a little salty. We get to Yanma, who is still getting over the death of his brother and how just instant it was. That was just terrible. I'm happy that Traumare is gone because he had taken Yama's brother's soul. But we do get a scene between Labadon and Dumas where they stand across from each other. I'm interested in what kind of history they have, because you get a moment where they're like, just mentally, we'll see each other again someday. And it's like, are you guys connected somehow? Did you guys climb the tower together? I've just like a lot of questions about the Dumas Labadon connection. Then we go back to the Fug mothership, and we get Lusek and V coming on board. V walks past Jin Hong Sung, and he immediately recognizes that Viol is not inside. That is somebody else in Viol's body, and who is that? So he immediately goes to Lusek to ask questions, and Lusek is just as elusive as ever, giving him no answers. However, something that I was worried about was V being inside or controlling Bam for a while. That does not look like it's the case, but I am a little worried about that. It seems that Bam has regained control of his body. We see the hair shrink and recede, which I guess is a sign that he's transformed into V versus him being his normal self. But what worries me is that as he was walking past Jin, and when he was still V, he definitely said, I don't have the time to greet you properly now, but I will do so later, kind of implying that he's going to like regain control of the body. So I'm wondering if it's like a day and night type of situation where when he sleeps, Bam's in control, and when he wakes up, Bam loses control. And if that's the case, then it would kind of feel like he's the main body, and that you just kind of got to more the main person that controls the body. If he's always the one that is, when he awakens, Bam is immediately forced to sleep, and only when he decides to sleep is Bam allowed to take his body. Not saying that is the case, but that's my theory as of right now. We do get to see Bam trying to get out of the ship, and not necessarily get out, but just explore where he's at, since he woke up after the battle is concluded. He doesn't really know what's going on. He hits the wall and feels all the Shinshu and everything. And not only the wall, everything in front of me is it overflowing with Sinshu. He hears a voice that tells him not to panic, and I think this is V. It tells him that if he can take a deep breath and let yourself go with this, immense flow, then you can become anything. And it says we can become anything. And I think that's V. And I don't know if he means like Bam is really going to become like Shinshu and be able to travel through anything, and like that'd be a very interesting decision. I'd be interested to see how they like utilize that ability, but I'm also interested to see where this goes because I have no real idea. But we shift over to the 52nd floor test site, abandoned ship test, and we see a wreckage of bodies with the only person still being able to basically defend themselves and fight is a knock. And we have her asking, who are you? It says, I'm sorry, my greeting is late. I'm Zahad Princess, just like you. I'm from Kuhn's family, Maria, but I like calling her Mari. So Mari is back, and that is crazy because Maria is the one that Kuhn basically betrayed his family for, and now we get to see her up close and personal. I'm interested to see where we're going now in this story. Seems like since the war is over, obviously we're gonna have to start some new storylines and give us some new mysteries to dig into. But I'm a little tired of us always separating Bam from the group. Like, we're at a point where they're not even so strong that they can't be together where they're overwhelming to things. Like, I get that they couldn't have been together in the beginning, but right now, like, come on. Let's get Bam, Kuhn, Rock, Anak, Shibisu, Hots. Let's get the gang back together, please. Just a little bit. But other than that, there's not too much else to talk about in this chapter. It's a lot of setup for what's to come. I'm excited. Other than that, make sure you guys like, subscribe, and comment below. This is Sleepy Melbourne out. Goodbye.